Hello and welcome back to Loresworn Chronicles Crusader Kings, where we are playing as King Akko the Just. And we have just formed the Kingdom of Curonia, the de jure Kingdom of Lithuania, which we have renamed since it was not formed by Lithuanians. Let's talk a little bit about what this means, lore-wise, RP-wise. We've proclaimed ourselves a king, especially in the tribal areas of Europe. Didn't necessarily mean the same thing that it would come to mean in like the High Middle Ages. Nor is our realm anything like what you'd expect from like a grand medieval kingdom in like a typical fantasy role-playing game or something like this. Really, what we've done is we've earned the right to call ourselves a king, which is really, it's more about status and prestige than anything else. We are still a tribal realm. We have, I believe, we do have high tribal organizations, so we're moving further closer to a feudal state. But at this point, as modeled in CK2, we only have 10 guys that we can call on directly from vassals. Otherwise, we have to call our vassals to war, and they're not under any real obligation to humor us with that. So it's more that we are a prestigious person in this part of the world who commands the respect of a lot of tribal leaders, but it's not an institutionalized feudal kingdom necessarily. It's more of a almost a first among equals thing, which actually certain monarchies in the High Middle Ages could possibly be described that way too. But anyway, let's talk about territorial ambitions really quick, because I do kind of have a vision for this. I would like our realm to incorporate most, if not all, of the de jure Wendish and Russian empires, and we might also push into the Kingdom of Finland and possibly Lapland as well. I don't think we're going to go as far out as like the Urals and the Pontic Steppe, at least not yet. We might save that for EU4. And I also don't have any serious plans to push further west into Germania or Sweden, Denmark, Norway. We don't want to conquer the world and then just not have a fun time for the remaining, 800 years or whatever of the mega campaign. So I am going to be displaying some forbearance. I am also... Akko, since he's a legendary king, is a little bit of an exception, but when we get further along, like if say, Kyra takes over, I'm actually going to roleplay as much as possible how I think these characters would rule based on their traits. So, he's probably going to be more interested in learning than war. Not very strong. He is diligent and ambitious, so he's probably going to push maybe to increase the level of literacy in the realm. He's also going to do a lot of banging and not go to a lot of parties. So we're definitely going to be not playing to win, but playing to create interesting stories, and that's really what I think is going to set Chronicles apart. A large bit of what's going to set Chronicles apart from other Paradox Let's Plays that you might have seen. It's also going to drive some of the min-maxers nuts, but you guys have dozens of other channels you can go on and watch people figure out how to maximize their number of levies and like conquer the HRE in one war or whatever. Anyway, so our current foreign policy concerns, we've got the Yatvingians, who are Polish, Slavic pagans, but they do control quite a bit of Romuva land. I think they actually start as Romuva, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure the Yatvingians are a Baltic ethnic group, not a Slavic one, although things were kind of fuzzy around this point in time. And then, of course, we've got our enemy in Polotsk over here, High Chief Dobrinia the Accursed, who we have a currently a CB against to strengthen the Ramyeva religion by taking back the provinces that he owns that are of the Ramyeva faith. Was this a favor? Threatening, unlanded sons. You know what? Let's land our sons. I usually don't land my sons, but because we are role-playing this, I would love to create some border war here. So we're gonna give him Grodno, because Podlazia is a holy site, and Yersica is very close to our core land, so I'd like to kind of keep this together. So yeah, we're gonna give him the tribe of Grodno to rule over. Grant landed title. I'm gonna include the lower titles. There we go. On death, this guy might pass outside of our realm. He's the Chief of Prussia, and his heir is this kid. I don't know why that would pass outside of our realm. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it when we come to it. So let's see. Do we have truces with these guys? I don't remember. It's been a while. No, we have to not be bankrupt. Well, that also gives us a chance to further bolster our religious authority by going and burning down some infidel temples. There's one in Danzig. So kind of what we would be doing right now, and this was not super uncommon. Let's see, we need a new court chaplain. That looks good. Probably new commander. Make sure he's not Craven. Okay. And we're not going to worry about the Duchy of Sklavia for now. We might make it eventually, but I don't think we need it at the moment. Reputation as a devout follower of Perkunas has spread across the lands. Many great and seasoned warriors have since traveled to pledge their allegiance to our cause. Awesome. Everyone knows how deep and passionate the love between one of the courtiers and his wife are, but sadly it has not resulted in any children. I've heard the wife asking other wives about cures and ways to get with child, but to no avail. Let's see. Surprises me, no one else knows this. Okay. So I can either ask him about his impotence, or I can tell everyone that I think he's impotent, which seems like a dick move. I'm just going to ask him about it. Alright. So we're going to put these guys in raid mode, and we're going to go raid a temple. So yeah, what I was, to finish my thought, what's kind of happening here, which was actually not uncommon, based on what we know, is one way that you could kind of assert your authority among other pagans would be to like go and like knock down their idols and be like, you know, screw you, our gods are cooler, and then just be like, peace out. Which, you know, as far as CK2 models moral authority is this kind of like weird non-existent thing. It kind of makes sense that way. Let's see, Maru of Riga wants us to come drink with him, like always. I have a feeling he's just a very lonely person. Alright. I have a feeling that event is bugged, because it's not actually giving us any troops. Okay, so we looted the temple. I think that gives us, like, yeah, one moral authority. Let's see, there's no temple there. There is a temple there, but it's currently being invaded by the Chief of Greater Poland, who might become a rival to us soon. Let's see, no temple there, no temple there. Trying to find temples on our borders. Doesn't really look like there are any. Oh, there is one in Sarema, so let's go loot that. Naula could use some guidance in some of my experienced areas. Okay, she's the amazing one, so we are definitely going to give her the ambitious trait. I'm also going to see... Someone mentioned I might be able to nominate her as my heir. Doesn't look like we can. Yeah, we're under agnatic eldership. To get to agnatic cognatic, we have to have reigned for 10 years, which... 10 years as king. So we created the king title 1 year ago. And then... we have to make sure no one has a negative opinion, so we will be able to... In 797, we can pass the agnatic cognatic gender law, and then I think I can nominate one of my daughters to rule. Let's see. Eager new recruit. He's a Prussian. Oh yeah, he's the son. He's the heir of High Chief, or one of the sons, anyway. He is the heir. Okay. Yeah, so he's the heir to the Prussian. Clucas offered no protest when I explained our traditions. I need to be screenshotting. I forgot about that. Eyes all a-glitter at the thought of an initiation duel. After some inquiry, Mila Kuilis has kindly volunteered. So we've got an older lady fighting a little boy. In spite of some bruises and a mild injury, I was not alone in being satisfied with the skill displayed by Clucas Vilks. While I am intrigued, only time will tell whether joining our ranks is the right path for the young man or not. Alright, drinking with Maru. Okay, so this is the child chief of the Samogitians. He's become a fortune builder. We're going to teach him to be brave. He doesn't like us because we declared unjust wars. He wants a seat on the council. He wants to be the High Chief of Lithuania. He wants all this stuff that just is unreasonable to expect of us. We could give him a seat on the council. He'd make a decent steward. Oh, it's because I have this guy on Build Legend. I'm going to put him back on Administer Realm. And then let's give this guy... We're going to piss off an Elder, but... And then he's going to be a Malcontent, I bet. Oh, nope, he's a Glory Hound, so that's fine. He'll support our offensive wars. Oh, board games! Alright, I lost at board games. Time to get back to real life. You lonely, lonely man. Ruta has finished her education in the ways of war. So this is my ambitious, patient, dull daughter. I'm going to go ahead and make her a shield maiden. Alright. So that gives her some bonuses. Very good. We're also going to teach her to be brave. Oh, nope, she got uncouth anyway. Oh well. Actually, I want to make all of my daughters shield maidens if I can. Alright, so Imela is the crazy one. Viba is the amazing one. Or no, she's strong and crazy. We'll point her a shield maiden as well. Oh, she didn't want to be a shield maiden? I guess I should be reading these events. Ruta is the not-so-bright one. Naula is the amazing one. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to recruit all of my children to the Warrior Lodge. Kyra... Isn't he already in the Warrior Lodge? Alright, well, we'll see. Okay. So, Ruta is going to join the Warrior Lodge. Kyra is going to join the Warrior Lodge. Was he really not already in it? I really thought he was, but I need to go back and watch the previous episodes. Viba is ready. Imela is ready. And there we go. And Brita died of severe stress at age 36. So ends the story of Brita Sharptongue, the hunchback impaler. That is unfortunate. Let's find a new wife. So we're going to search all. I'm going to load my filter. Slot 0. Yeah, that's the right one. See if we can find a genius. It always... like, one of the first people to come up is always my daughter. Let's say quick. Relatively young. Ooh, quick and attractive. What's the catch? Why is she not married yet? I guess because she's a courtier. I don't mind losing 300 prestige. I've got prestige to spare. Oh, I maybe should have married one of my existing concubines who's been waiting in the wings this whole time, and then taken another concubine rather than marrying someone totally new. My young daughter has joined me for dinner tonight and not stopped talking about her initiation duel. Alright, so Viba has joined the band of Penicus. Ruta has joined. Alright, I have a new wife. Let's make sure we get all these screenshots. Yamila has made it. And Kyra has made it. Alright. So just all of my kids forever are going to have to join the warrior band as an initiation rite. And then this is my new wife, Sedata. She is a Slavic pagan with 4 stewardship, which I probably should have checked ahead of time on that, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. Commander. Yeah, I'll make my daughter a commander. Hell yeah. It's a family enterprise. Leto's showing tendencies to be more of a doer than a thinker. I'm going to try to encourage him to be brave. It worked. He's also possessed. I don't know who this kid is, actually. Oh, does he have... Wait a sec. Someone mentioned the chief of... This is the guy that has the Axe of Perkunas. Yes. Yeah, we want to get that. We want that thing. So, we can't raid him anymore because he's our vassal, but I think we might be able to plot to get it. I don't know. I'm not going to try to steal it while we're playing as Akko because he's too honorable for that, but yeah, if anyone knows how to get an item from your vassal, that'd be great. Anyway, now we're broke again for some reason. New recruits. Let's see, we imprisoned some people. Okay, that should have gotten our moral authority above 30. We also got a smuggler's ring in what province? Thieves Guild. Podlasia. Okay, so there's now a smuggler's ring in Podlasia because I'm a terrible ruler who never pays my administrators. Okay. So moral authority. Okay, we're at 30. We're getting closer to that 50 moral authority we need. The next closest holy site, we're about equidistant. There's one way over here on the border to the Pontic Steppe, and then there's of course Arcona, which is now falsely called Rugen because it is not controlled by our faith. And since there's no more temples on the borders. We're just going to go raid random provinces to get out of debt now. Yeah, that wasn't, that didn't go well for them. Oh, and we can ransom people, of course. That'll get us out of debt. Alright, so the High Chief of Prussia did not pass out of our realm. Gotcha. So it's not actually, they're not actually in danger of passing out of our realm. They're in danger of passing to someone who is also our vassal, except that's his wife. Yeah, this doesn't actually mean anything. We're fine. Elder Gerdautas has approached me today, offering to put my daughter through an intensive training session. An intensive training session. Hey, I have not seen this trait before. Is this new? Spiritualist? That's kind of cool. Yeah, you want to put her through an intensive training session? You know what? Go ahead. I give you my blessing for the intensive training session. Fools argue amongst themselves. Alright, let's just finish ransoming here. And that should give us enough money to go to war again. Oh yeah, holding a great tribal festival, I found out, actually gives you moral authority. So we might do that. Yeah, let's do that. 50. Yeah, we're gonna hold a great tribal festival. Great festival is exactly what the people of Curonia need to strengthen the bonds with their fellow tribesmen. It will also be a great opportunity for the chieftains to bring offerings to our ancestors, bringing prosperity to our lands. Let's get started. Alright. Everyone's coming to the Great Tribal Festival. The period of festivities is about to start. All sorts of peddlers, bards, and fortune-tellers are gathering in Kurzima, bringing their tales and offerings. I should make sure to prepare myself before traveling to meet my tribesmen. So I can go hunting. I can study our old legends. I can look for our best craftsmen. Or I don't need to do anything. I'm going to go hunting. Alright, the celebrations have finally begun. Kurzima is bustling with activity. People from every corner of Curonia have traveled here to pay respects to me and my ancestors, exchange tales, goods, and have a good time. Fantastic. Bustling activity in the capital. Welcome all. My son has confronted me today about my decision to have him join the band of Medina. He claims the perspective of fighting other people makes him uneasy and jittery. He hopes I could reconsider my decision to make him become a warrior like myself. I am a terrible father, as has already been established, so I'm going to tell him he's going to obey me. Did he die? Since our last fight, Kyra has been very gloomy, barely even speaking to me or any of his friends, yet I could never have imagined that forcing him to keep training would have led him to take his own life. So, I tried to make him a warrior. He didn't want to be a warrior, and he killed himself. Hashtag worst dad in all of history. That's quite unfortunate. It's really showing you that some of these like legendary heroic figures from history may not have actually been. A lot of them were really kind of garbage people when you get right down to it. So it looks like I have two sons that could potentially be my heir. Willful, playful, and rowdy, indolent, and timid. Yeah, this kid shows a lot more promise. Welp. My firstborn son committed suicide because he didn't want to kill people, and I told him he had to kill people. Let's mourn by going and killing some people. Do we still have a truce with this guy? Religious liberation of Curonia. If we win, we get 500 piety, plus 3 moral authority for 20 years, 25 prestige. Kingdom of Curonia will be... Oh, so it's all of the... We take all of the provinces in our de jure kingdom, is I think how it works. I think that's what it's telling me. Yeah, let's do it. New ruler of the Romulan religion. Okay. And they'll become my tributary. Think that makes sense. Well, what does the mission actually want us to do? Win a holy war, successfully defend against a holy war, construct a temple, convert a province to Romuva, complete a special opportunity. It doesn't say I need to use a specific CB to complete the special opportunity, but I have a feeling I do. Yeah, let's do that. Also, let's ransom some prisoners if we can. Nope, nobody wants to pay for these people. They're gonna die in the dungeons. Counties in their realm following the true faith. They must be liberated. Okay. We'll see how this CB goes. Oh, shit. I forgot that it cancels the tribal festival if I go to war. Well. You just wasted all that money. Alright. We're going to raise up our levies. I don't think we're going to need any help from our vassals. Alright. The elders are on board with this kid. I am educating him. He should be a good kid. Okay, the High Chief of Prussia has just inherited one of the counties that I was going to take in the war from Ankad the Hunter, so that was like a freebie. Screenshot that. I'm actually going to screenshot that he owns it too, so that we remember what happened there. Remember when Ankad the Hunter was an enemy of ours? What a heartwarming story. Alright. They're not going to get there in time to stop us. Milla's training. I've noticed that since joining the band of Badena, my daughter has been avoiding her responsibilities as a courtier to focus entirely on martial arts. I'm actually totally okay with that. If it keeps going like this, she will soon be unfit to even administer a pig farm. Well, that's not her job. War is more important. Meanwhile, her brother would have much rather administered a pig farm. Let's see. So the Volhynians. Let's see, war is more important. Yes. These guys, the Volhynians, have joined in the war against us. Also, it looks like Greater Poland did conquer the Advingians, so we're going to have to deal with that. And Tver has joined as well. Let's see. So let's get a read on our diplomacy right now. We're at war with all the people in red. So some of the Slavic chieftains are uniting against us. Oh, arrange betrothal. No, there's no way that she is getting anything besides matrilineal married. I'm very sorry. That's not the first offer I'm gonna have to turn down. Alright. Finish the siege of the Latgale tribe. Let's go chase down their army now. Okay, so she was educated in the ways of faith. I probably should have given her a military education. We're going to make her brave. Alright, so Naula is amazing. Let's see. And they immediately want me to recruit her to the Warrior Society, unsurprisingly. So we're going to appoint her as a shield maiden. And we are going to make her... No, we have to not be... We have to not be at war for that. World is a dangerous place. People are plotting to kill my son. How is my spy master? I have a very good spy master. She is scheming. But we don't know of any plots yet, unfortunately. Oh, look at this. The Marienburgers are... Oh, Emella wants to kill... Is it her half-brother? Let's see. Her mother was Alzra. Okay, so it is her half-brother. That's slightly less. Yeah. We're gonna have you not do that. Scheming was misguided. Yes, it was. How good of you to notice. Okay, we're gonna take these guys out first, just because they're closer. Can't believe we're not even 40 yet. Those of you that have been around a while, you remember Return of Arthur and how little we got accomplished with our first God King? Now I feel like we've gotten too much accomplished with a single character. Alright. Sacrifice to Dievas. We have defeated the armies of the Pskov tribe. Man, the army of Marienburg is really pulling its weight here. This guy has become an amateurish plotter. I'm going to try to teach him to be diligent, at least. Who is he? Oh yeah, he's the guy with the axe of... He's not the guy with the axe of Perkunas. He's the brother to the guy with the axe of Perkunas. Why are we losing so much damn money? Like, what's going on here? Just having levies raised, I guess, is very expensive. Samogitians have formed an alliance with the Prussians. That's okay, they're both our vassals. Oh man, I'm becoming less of a good person all the time. Nala asked you to consider a position of steward on your council. You would be a better steward, but I'd have to kick off a vassal. So I'm going to be #TerribleDad and say no to that. I really hope we can get Naula to be the next ruler. That would be amazing. Alright. We're going to catch up to these guys. Kick their asses. We're going to sacrifice their elders to Dievas. All 3 of them. It's a tradition around these parts. We're just going to siege this down. Alright. Things are going pretty well for us here. So we eventually ended up fighting the Latgalians. Pskov, Tver, and Volhynia. A large part of the Slavic world. Caffeine. Well, let's see. We're running a little long on this episode, but I kind of want to finish the war first. Ruta's training. My daughter spent barely any time at court learning to act as her rank demands, being in contact with all the course fighters and making her topped. Manners unfitting of her stature, as long as she learns how to fight. Yeah. And Viva has been issuing her studies. That's fine. I just want all of my kids to be amazing warriors. These guys aren't going to have any elders left because I'm going to sacrifice everyone over 30 to Dievas. Oh, the Marienburgers. They keep doing their best to defend their lands on their own. Novgorod has joined. So lots of people want a piece of me. Is what I'm getting the sense of here. Imela was killed by a wild beast. Well, that's unfortunate. At age 20. We need a new court physician. Yeah, he'll do. I'd rather send for a physician, but we don't have the money right now. Okay, so this is my heir. I have raised him well to have a predisposition for war. And the Marienburgers are going to pin them down, and they're probably going to die before we get there. Oh, nope, we got there in time. Alright. Commander Viba keeps throwing me looks as across the plains as I'm cutting my way through my enemies. Just as I begin to get uncomfortable by the surveillance, she calls out, "Save some for me, will you?" Awesome. So, received professional praise and impressed me in battle. Nothing like the smell of bloodshed in the morning. It's just a wholesome family activity. You know? It's just very wholesome. Family-oriented activity. I might end up splitting this into 2 episodes because this is going pretty long. Gundega has been going around Kurtsema for a few days now, praising me as one of the wisest rulers Curonia has seen in decades, knowing that one of the oldest, most esteemed people in the realm supports me. Okay, yeah, we've seen this event before. It's just impressing the elders gives you prestige, which we get pretty much for free because we are a god king. Alright. Well, at this rate, I might have to call my vassals in or something. How crazy would that be? Let's do it. Call all of our tribal vassals. Let's end this war. Anyone not honoring their obligation? No, everyone's honoring their obligation. Of course they will honor their obligation and answer our call to war. Oh, they might have won on their own without our help here. Increasing infrastructure. Out hunting with a small party. As you take a break to eat your midday meal, you find yourself in a discussion on archery with Chief Tout Vila. Turns out he is also a devout follower of Perkunas. The longer you talk, the more you seem to have in common. Alright, cool. Taudvila Girl Arm is now my friend. Chief of the Samagidians. Let's see, I can ask this shaman for money. Let's see if he'll give it to me. Ah, what a jerk. One thing I will not be known as in the annals of history is a wise money manager. Alright. Hey, look! And we're also out hunting, and we're going to become friends with Vishli, who is an elder and my marshal. So that's cool. The Battle of Nalsia. I could have sworn I heard the enemy commander barking orders, but I searched the plains. He is nowhere to be found. So he's cowering. We're gonna go duel him. It is a good day for a duel, I chuckle, hefting my wolf's claw in my hand. Enough talking, my opponent growls. This is super anime right now. Mitrofan is lying face down in the dirt as I have seen to tear a severe gash across his hand. Let's see, so I can kill him, or I can severely injure him. I might kill him. Alright. We have won the battle. We have more sacrifices for Dievas. And we have won the war against all of these Slavic dudes. Force demands. So that created some weirdness. So this guy is Kingdom of... So it created a new king. I think this might be a bugged CB. It created a new king who is our tributary, who has his own separate dynasty, but is also considered... I don't know. We're gonna release him as a tributary, probably. Right? Yeah, we're gonna release him as a tributary, because we want to control that directly. Let's see, declare war, not bankrupt, yeah. We'll take that over. I guess the rationale there is that this guy didn't recognize us as king after we liberated our religious brethren here. And now he's calling himself a king. He offered to pay us tribute, but for Akko that's not enough. He wants his loyalty, not just his tribute. So we're going to have to go to war for that. Anyway, this is just going to be a super long episode. I'm not going to break it up because we're at like about 44 minutes right now. Anyway, check out loresworn.com. That's our website. We are at Loresworn Order on Twitter. I am at AsaTJ. That's ASATJ. Subscribe, hit the notification thing so you know when new episodes go up. Likes, comments, all that stuff. Increase our engagement so more people who don't know about us will be able to see the channel and you can share the awesomeness of Chronicles with them. Those of you that have been asking when the wiki is going to go up, one of the conditions for that is that Akko needs to die. Akko is a legendary king. He is not going to be a king who is going to be well attested in the historical record. If you go read the Wikipedia page on Ragnar Lothbrok, that's kind of what I'm going for. So once he dies is when we can actually start kind of picking up with written records, and that's going to be really interesting. As I've said before, there's going to be ways for you guys to contribute to that, and it's going to be pretty cool. And we will see you next time.